Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be doing an RMT based ladder session. I've taken this team here from Sparkaz on the OU smogon forums. So I'm going to explain the team as I go. But the gist of it is 4 attack mobile, Space Greninja, got yourself Hazard, Ferrothorn, Eopapa Rotom, and I think that is defensive. Got Scarflander is pretty standard, and Z Heatran. This team looks quite annoying to beat, actually. Let me think. I'm actually going to lead with... If I lead Ferrothorn, that invites out Heatran. Okay, I'm going Ferrothorn. Now, I can't Leech Seed a Venusaur. There's nothing stopping me from Leech Seeding this Landorus here. I don't think he U-turns because he does take unnecessary damage, so he might set up rocks, might go for an Earthquake, might just go straight into Heatran. If he does, I've got my own Heatran, so I'm going to... Oh, no, he goes Venusaur. Well then, let me see. I'm just going to set up spikes. He's probably going to set up setting up growths or whatever. But unless it's HP Fire, Venusaur can't really do anything to me. I see he's going for growth. He might be HP Fire. This Venusaur's going to take me out 100%. You see, my game plan is die to Hidden Power Fire. Okay. So I've got a spike up. I'm going to go Mawile. Then I'm actually going to I'm actually going to go into Heatran here, see if I can bait out the HP Fire. I actually thought that if he did have it, it was just going to keep setting up. So he goes for growth again. That is lovely. Absolutely lovely. Oh boy. Oh, fuck's sake, he baited me out. This is embarrassing. I should have gone for an attack and then gone into Heatran. But I do get to take him out with Earth Power, which I suppose is acceptable. He's going to be coming out into his Landorus now. I've got my own Landorus. So I'm actually going to go for Magma Storm rather. As I stated. So next time this matchup happens, I will switch as he goes Rotom Wash and I miss. I'm actually going to click Toxic. Because he's not going to bring in Venusaur. He's not going to bring in Celesteela. So he's probably going to bring in either Tapu Koko or he's going to bring Landorus back out. He probably thinks I'm just sacking this. And I'm not anymore. I'm actually going to go Landorus just so I can reduce the damage output. So if I go Rotom, it does invite out the Venusaur. So he does go for Earthquake this time. So I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp on the switch. As he forfeits, so that's pretty good. I was actually quite intimidated by that team. So I'm glad I got that one. Let's have a look. Z Talonflame. It's going to do a big chunk of damage to me. 377. 386. So he does outspeed Greninja, which is a shame, which means I can't remove his Gale Wings. I'm just going to go for Landorus. I'm Scarf, so I should outspeed. Let's go straight for Earthquake. As he goes for a Protect. He's probably going to go into what if half of his team's ground resists. His best bet would probably be his own Landorus, so I'm going to go for Rotom here. As he does indeed go Landorus. I'm going to go for Will-O-Wisp. He could be expecting the Hydro Pump, so I don't think he's going to go back into Diancie. If he does expecting the Will-O-Wisp, then that's a good play. So he goes Latias, not too bad. I'm just going to go Ferrothorn here because they don't really run fire coverage. Alright, this is going to bait out the Diancie. 350 speed, 377 speed. So he goes Magnezone. Okay. Landorus comes out, Volt Switch, definitely going to be choiced. So I'm actually going to click Stone Edge here. Expecting Landorus, not too bad. Probably go U-turn. I don't think he's going to go Earthquake or Stone Edge himself. So this one's a good game of cat and mouse. At turn 8 and we've already switched about 5 times each. But that is the best way to play OU. Get yourself the favourable matchup. Lovely. So I'm actually going to go for a Power Whip here. So he goes Magnezone and I am trapped, so that's outstanding. I'm going to go for Stealth Rock because that does remove Talonflame's ish. I always click switch just in case. Always. That's a choice Magnezone. Let me see. If I had Shed Shell and that Ferrothorn, then I could have gone into Heatran, got myself a boost. If I go Greninja, he goes Keldeo. So I'll go Greninja and I'm going to double into a Rotom. I respect, so Hydro Pump should take him out. So if he's Scarfed, he won't outspeed me, that's what, 360? I'm 377. So he does go Keldeo, that's perfect, I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp. That is the only move that I've revealed, so I do waste a turn in a sense. I'm actually going to get myself that slow U-turn off, that slow Volt Switch. I do value the rocks on his side more than my side, so I'm glad I didn't waste my time doing that. I do outspeed with a Dark Pulse, so what does that invite in? That invites in Keldeo. I'm going to go Mawile here. Lovely. Let me see, what takes to play rough? Magnezone, and it traps me in as well. So I'll go for Fire Fang here. Got to start getting these predictions correct, and I don't. He does Scald Burn me, which is worst case scenario. Literally worst case. That was the worst turn I could have done. So he does miss a Hydro Pump, which is interesting, I suppose. Go Rotom here. I do value that as a sack. We'll go for the Volt Switch. I doubt he goes Landorus, although Landorus might be obvious. So I'm actually going to Will-O-Wisp. I do value the burn on that Landorus. I've got a couple of plays rights. I got this one very wrong, so I feel like he may play this one safe. Lovely. So I'm going to go for a Hydro Pump here. He should bring me down to Ear-Papa range, or maybe not. See, Flash Cannon did 16%, right? Flash Cannon's not going to do anything to Heatran. Let me see, that invites out Landorus. That invites out my own Landorus or my Rotom, so he's not going to Earthquake. And how many turns are we in? 21. Did that happen at the beginning, or was that when I was testing the team? Switch. Perfect. So he's going to Earth Power here. Actually, I feel like he may even I actually thought he was going to protect there. So as a Boo Boo on my pot. Just going to go for play rough as he goes for Earth Power again. Lovely. I'm not going to explode because that does mean death. To go straight into his own Landorus. Fair enough, he didn't even bother protecting. Just in case. Alright, that invites out his Latias, or his Keldeo rather. Keldeo should outspeed me, but I don't think he can really do anything to me. Yeah, it brings me into Ear-Papa range. It's perfect, I'm going to leave Mawile there as a sec. I feel like if I go Landorus, he goes anything else. Now he may feel like going into Landorus here. So he goes Latias, which is perfect because I get my battle bond up. Oh, it's Scarf Latias. Let's see, 3 mana. Yes, Scarf Latias. So should definitely be using Latias. Does outclass Latias as a Scarfer in every way. Unless of course you want that bulky Scarfer for the defog, so it's still his. It's definitely still his. Mawar doesn't really exist. Rotom is taken out by... oh, probably. Yeah, I think Rotom's taken by Diancie. Landorus should do a good chunk. I just need to watch out for that Talonflame. He still has his Flydium Z intact, so I'm gonna sack Mawar on this. Then I'm gonna go Landorus. Just gonna go Moonblast. I still go Mawar here, as he does go Moonblast. I just sweep up with Hydro Pump. If Hydro Pump misses, yeah, if Hydro Pump misses, I definitely lose. So he goes Talonflame. Oh, that was his Wincon. Okay, GG. I'm not gonna drop that right now because it seems a bit arrogant. I feel like him going Scarf Landorus is probably his best bet for now. You see, he's at 83%. Must have been the Stealth Rock damage from earlier. If he goes Landorus, I go to my own Landorus. Click Stone Edge as usual. I'm actually going to Rotom here, which may have been a mistake. I might have thrown this game. So I did, I did sack that unnecessarily. I'm actually going to go for Earthquake, and go for Earthquake again, hoping that he U-turns or switches. Because I'm silly and I don't like keeping my Pokemon. Oh man. So he goes for Earthquake, almost takes me out. I'm gonna go for Hydro Pump here. He's definitely not a Scarf. But I feel like I've hit 2 in spirit, so I'm definitely gonna miss this one. That was such a terrible throw. Oh boy. He's probably laughing at me in the comments, so. So here comes Landorus. And I got it with a bang. It was fun. GG. There we go. So I fucked stuff out of there. Okay. So I feel like he's leading probably Gliscor. Yeah, if he leads Tyranitar, no, he's leading Cloyster, okay. So I'm going to go straight for a Dark Pulse here. I am Specs, so I might get the flinch. Oh, he was White Herb, okay. If you're using Cloyster as a lead, you want Sash, really. Although I suppose the White Herb, if you're expecting like a Stealth Rock or something, is quite valuable too. I'm just going to go for Earth one here. Let me see, what do I value? Probably value a Leech Seed more than anything, to be honest. Because I don't think Sizzle can do anything. He's going to go into literally anything else, okay. Time to die some spikes, I suppose. Unless he goes for Roost here, I think Greninja just takes him out with, whatchamacallit, Water Shuriken. So that's 2 spikes and a Stealth Rock I think would be appropriate. Oh, okay. Here comes Greninja's Water Shuriken, thank you very much. Bullet Punch would definitely take me out of this range, but I have speed, so I out-prioritize. English is my first and only language, and I seem to be failing today, so forgive me. Let's see. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Stealth Rock up, which means this Gliscor is immune to that residual damage. No Landorus here, as he goes Toxic Spikes. The only Pokemon affected by Toxic Spikes is Greninja here. For Stone Edge, so that does nothing. I don't know why it's going for Haze. Well, let's bring his attack back up. Interesting. Yeah, he's got the Black Sludge. I don't want to be burned, so I'm actually going to go Rotom here. I'm going to click Will-O-Wisp on that expected switch into Gliscor. Perfect, please hit. Outstanding. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So I don't really need these Toxic Spikes removed. I was about to say I don't need my spikes, but I think I do. So he Toxics me, I miss. If he's Toxic Protects, I would cry. No, he is Stealth Rock though. Stealth Rock affects everything, just not too much. So I think I'll make this my final go. Finish on a solid 3 for an RMT. I think that should be standard. I'm definitely not going to defog here. Mawile should live a +2. Maybe not, maybe not. Right. Another Explosive. Unless he's Scuffed, I do outspeed, and I just get this threat removed. Oh, for fuck's sake, he's Scuffed. Fuck. I really wasn't expecting to Scuff. I think Mawile definitely would have lived to +2, but I don't know about +3. For fuck's sake. Well, all I've got left to do is Inferno Overdrive. I should have really switched into Heatran when it was at +3. Just wasted my mons for no reason. Okay, so I'm going to taunt this Toxic Spikes, just so he can't use Haze Toxic Spikes, not that he wants to obviously. So he goes for a Scald. I go for an Earth Power just to weaken him for Rotom's Volt Switch. Unfortunately, I don't get a special defense drop, but I get to go for a defog here on the Tyranitar. Unfortunately, I'm poisoned, so it does put me on a timer. I'm just going to go for a Hydro Pump. Unless he's max speed, I should outspeed. And then hopefully I can just flinch Toxapex to death. I feel like having Mawile versus even Toxapex would have been good. So Hydro Pump does nothing for me. Jesus Christ. He's going for Crunch, so I might be able to live with Greninja. His evasion is dropped, so hopefully this Hydro Pump actually does something. It's a Specs Hydro Pump. I feel like this might be Assault Vest Tyranitar. Yeah, it looks like it. Let's go for Earthquake. He's probably going to go for Pursuits here. If he does, then he's a Don. Yeah. Yeah. The reason I went to switch there is because I lost anyway. I would have died anyway to sandstorm damage. And I really wanted a chance to keep Greninja alive. Even if it's for a second to a pivot. For like, if he doesn't recover this turn, I might still win. I don't know. I think the score does 9.2. Yeah, GG. Let's get some mad crit. Well, that was probably not the best one ever to finish on, but I'm finishing. Not my favourite team ever. I mean, it's not too fast. It doesn't have too much utility. I don't really like double hazard Ferrothorn. Yeah, I've been on tilt recently. Recently I was in the 1400s. Now I'm back down to 1246. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of double hazard Ferrothorn. Doesn't get too much done. Normally I can get a couple of spikes or one spike of Stealth Rock. Yeah, Papa Rotom is quite nice. It is good for that slow Volt Switch. Heatran is nice, but I've never really liked Heatran with the presence of things like Landorus, and I do like Spec Ash Greninja. It does hit like a truck. It is nice and fast once you've changed your form, especially. I think Mawile would have done better with Swords Dance or at least Sucker Punch. There was an Alakazam, I think, before I recorded that I really could have done with. But aside from that, pretty decent team. Yeah, it's obviously fucked off as well. So thank you for watching. Not the best episode ever, but I hope to see you for the next one.